Hey adventurers, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the wild, rugged beauty of Alberta where the mountains aren't just massive, they're mind-blowing. From epic hiking trails to peaks that'll leave you speechless. We're counting down the top 5 must-see mountains that define the Canadian Rockies. Whether you're planning your next trip or just here for the views, trust me, you're about to fall in love with Alberta's natural giants. Let's get into it. 5. Mount Temple. Nestled in the heart of Banff National Park, Alberta, there's a mountain that draws climbers and photographers from all over the world. Mount Temple. Standing tall at 544 meters 627 feet. This towering giant is not only one of the highest peaks in the Canadian Rockies, but also one of the most iconic. Named after Lord Temple of Stowe, a British politician, Mount Temple's rugged slopes and snow-capped summit have captured the hearts of adventurers for over a century. With a striking pyramid-like shape, this mountain is instantly recognizable, especially towering above the turquoise waters of Lake Louise and Moraine Lake. It's no wonder it's a favorite subject for photographers and a bucket list destination for mountaineers. But Mount Temple isn't just pretty to look at, it's a serious challenge. The mountain offers a range of climbing routes, but the most popular is the Northwest Ridge. This technical climb requires a mix of scrambling, glacier travel, and some exposure to steep, rocky terrain. It's not for the faint of heart. Only experienced hikers should attempt this ascent, as the climb can take 10 to 12 hours, depending on weather and your skill level. The reward? A panoramic view that stretches from the surrounding valleys to the distant peaks of the Wapta icefield and beyond. On a clear day, you can see for miles, taking in some of the most dramatic mountain scenery in the world. Even if you're not a seasoned climber, Mount Temple is still worth visiting. Whether you're hiking nearby trails, exploring the shores of Lake Louise, or gazing at the mountain from Moraine Lake, this peak is a natural masterpiece. It's a symbol of the rugged beauty that defines the Canadian Rockies, and one of the best places in the world to connect with nature. For those who want to challenge themselves further, the Mount Temple Trail is an exhilarating adventure. With an elevation gain of over 1,800 meters, the trail is physically demanding, but the sense of accomplishment when you reach the summit is absolutely worth every step. Imagine standing on top of a mountain that towers over the spectacular landscape below, feeling like you're on top of the world. 4. Mount Wilson. Tucked deep in the Canadian Rockies along the legendary Icefields Parkway rises a remote, rugged, and breathtaking giant Mount Wilson. It's not just a mountain, it's a wild frontier of ice, rock, and legendary climbs. Standing tall at 260 meters, Mount Wilson dominates the skyline near Saskatchewan Crossing in Alberta. It's part of the Cline Range, and though it's lesser known than Temple or Assiniboine for the real adventurers, that's exactly what makes it special. Mount Wilson is a true paradise for serious climbers, especially in winter, with legendary ice climbs like Lady Wilson's Cleavage, Dancing with Chaos, and Midnight Rambler. It's a mecca for those chasing frozen waterfalls and vertical dreams. These routes attract elite climbers from around the globe, not just for the technical challenge, but for the sheer raw beauty of it all. Even from the roadside, Mount Wilson is jaw-dropping. You'll spot it from the Icefields Parkway, a wall of stone and glacier that stops you in your tracks. In summer, wildflowers bloom in the valleys below in winter. It's a kingdom of ice and silence. What makes Mount Wilson so special? It's wild, it's raw, it's untamed. This is where you come to feel small in the best way. Where every view humbles you, and every echo off the cliffs reminds you're in the presence of something ancient. Mount Wilson isn't just a mountain, it's a monument to nature's power and patience. Formed over millions of years, carved by glaciers, and sculpted by time. It stands like a silent guardian above the North Saskatchewan River Valley. Unlike more popular peaks crowded with hikers, Wilson offers solitude, pure, untouched wilderness where you can truly disconnect and reconnect with nature. For climbers, it's a test. For photographers, it's a masterpiece. And for dreamers, it's a symbol that adventure still exists. That the wild is still out there, waiting for those bold enough to go find it. So if you're chasing the edge of the map and want a mountain that challenges your spirit as much as your legs, Mount Wilson is waiting. Mount Wilson, Alberta, the wild heart of the Rockies. 3. Mount Surreal, hidden deep in the heart of Alberta's breathtaking Kananaskis country, where turquoise lakes mirror the sky and jagged ridges pierce the clouds, stands the majestic Mount Surreal, a dramatic and often overlooked gem. This 170-meter peak rises like a stone sentinel above the iconic Upper Kananaskis Lake, and it's calling to the wild in you. Mount Surreal isn't just a mountain, it's an adventure. To get there, you'll hike the stunning Rawson Lake Trail, weaving through whispering forests and wildflower meadows. But the real thrill begins with the steep scramble above the lake. It's tough. It's raw. It'll test your legs and steal your breath, but the reward? A panoramic summit view that will leave you speechless. From the top, you'll see the Rockies unfold in all directions, a sea of rugged beauty, glaciers glittering in the distance, and the vast wilderness of Peter Lougheed Provincial Park stretching endlessly. Below, the emerald waters of Rawson Lake sparkle like a jewel cradled in the mountains. Mount Surreal is more than just a climb. It's a journey into the wild soul of Alberta. It's about feeling small in the best way possible. It's where silence speaks louder than words, where every breath is fresh and filled with awe. Up here, the noise of the world fades, and something deeper takes over: clarity, courage, connection. This mountain doesn't just give you views, it gives you perspective. A reminder that you're alive, that you're capable, and that sometimes the hardest climbs lead to the most beautiful places. Whether you're chasing peaks, searching for peace, or just looking to feel something real, Surreal delivers it all, and then some. So if you're ready to push your limits, soak in unreal views, and experience the raw beauty of the Canadian Rockies, add Mount Surreal to your bucket list. Trust us, it's unforgettable. 4. Mount Fay, towering high above the shimmering waters of Moraine Lake, where alpine legends are carved in stone and ice, rises one of the most striking mountains in the Canadian Rockies. This is Mount Fay, a place where beauty meets boldness, and every view feels like a painting come to life. Named after Charles Fay, a legendary mountaineer and one of the pioneers of alpinism in North America, Mount Fay is more than a peak, it's a piece of history. Its first ascent in 1904 marked a turning point in Canadian mountain exploration. And over a century later, this peak still captures the imagination of climbers, hikers, and dreamers from around the world. The standard route to the summit isn't your typical hike, it's an alpine adventure. Think glaciers, technical pitches, and sheer exposure. Whether you're roping up across the Fay Glacier or clinging to narrow ridgelines, this climb demands everything you've got: skill, endurance, and a love for wild and tamed beauty. But the reward? Absolutely surreal. From the summit of Mount Fay, the world below feels infinite. To the east, the iconic turquoise waters of Moraine Lake gleam like a jewel. To the west, a sea of snow-capped giants stretches as far as the eye can see. The light hits the rock and ice just right: golden, sharp, ethereal. It's the kind of view that hits you deep, the kind that stays with you forever. Mount Fay isn't just for thrill seekers, it's for anyone chasing meaning, clarity, and that feeling of being fully alive. It's a reminder that the wild is still out there, untouched, unfiltered, and unbelievably powerful. Out here, there's no room for ego, just respect. Respect for the mountains, the journey, and for what it takes to reach this kind of beauty. So whether you're a climber looking for your next big test, a hiker drawn to alpine legends, or simply someone who longs for the extraordinary, Mount Fay is waiting. Towering, timeless, and unforgettable. 1. Mount Assiniboine. In the heart of the Canadian Rockies, where nature writes its most dramatic poetry in rock and sky, one peak stands above the rest: elegant, fierce, and absolutely legendary. This is Mount Assiniboine, Alberta's Matterhorn of the Rockies. Rising to 618 meters, Mount Assiniboine isn't just a mountain, it's a masterpiece. Its sharp, isolated pyramid shape dominates the skyline like a crown jewel on the Continental Divide. No roads lead here. No easy path winds to its base. That isolation? It's what makes it sacred. To see it, you earn it. Getting to Assiniboine Provincial Park is an adventure in itself. Most people hike in 27 kilometers of raw, rugged beauty through sunshine meadows, crossing into a world untouched by time. Others fly in by helicopter, catching jaw-dropping aerial views of glaciers, peaks, and the legendary Lake Magog nestled at the base of the mountain like a sacred mirror. Every step closer, every glimpse of Assiniboine feels like approaching something divine. From the shores of Lake Magog, the reflection of Mount Assiniboine is pure magic, still, perfect, surreal. The mountain seems to rise out of the lake itself, glowing pink in the early light, glowing gold at dusk. It's been called the most photogenic mountain in North America, and when you see it, you'll understand why. This isn't just a place, it's a feeling, a spiritual moment, a memory made in silence. For those with the heart of a climber, the summit of Mount Assiniboine is a serious and technical feat: rock, snow, ice, and exposure. But for most, the real treasure is the journey around it: hikes to the Nub, Wonder Pass, and Sunburst Peak. These are trails that wrap you in endless alpine beauty, where every turn reveals another postcard perfect view, and every breath feels crisp and wild. Mount Assiniboine isn't just a place you visit, it's a place that changes you. It reminds you how vast the world is and how lucky we are to walk among giants. Whether you come for the challenge, the beauty, or the peace, what you'll find here is something few places on earth can offer: pure, untouched wonder. You've just witnessed the untamed beauty, the towering giants, and the soul of the wild. These are Alberta's iconic mountains. More than just rock and snow, they're legends carved by time. Thanks for watching, and if these peaks moved you, imagine what they'll feel like in person. Until then, stay wild, stay curious, and keep exploring.